Hi, I'm Serena Simmons and welcome to 8 Model Psychology. Today we're going to be looking at the benefits of working on your mental health when you feel well. So let's dig deep on this one. So most of the systems that we have in place are typically based on curing rather than preventing. Would you not agree? One of the really obvious things to look at there would be our healthcare system. Take the NHS, which is pretty standard of most Western countries. What we typically do, so the typical function of that healthcare system, is to fix you up and to ship you out. We're pretty good at that here in the UK. So this is not a dig at the healthcare system that does this, because it's really great that we have this in place. But my little gripe with it is that we don't do enough in terms of preventing some of those things in the first place. So yes, we're maybe not going to be able to prevent you from breaking your leg or having an at-work accident, but we may be able to do more to prevent some of those illnesses from occurring. Now, the people that know this already engage in things that prevent some of those things from happening. For example, they exercise, they're active and vibrant and move their body. Those people who are looking at prevention rather than cure also potentially have a really good diet. So think about what they put into their body. They may even take some kind of supplementation or vitamins or added protein. People who are interested in preventing illness also don't overly indulge in those naughty behaviours. I'm talking alcohol, drugs and smoking, and you know how I feel about smoking here at APE. Mini disclaimer, I'm not going to go into the politics of the government and how it's intricately woven with the tobacco industry and how they could be doing a lot more to prevent things from happening, but I digress. These people also keep just a general watchful eye over their health. They're the kind of people who I like to think as being more in tune with their body, so more likely to know if something just doesn't feel right. So although our systems are not set up to do that, you as individuals can do an awful lot to prevent those healthcare issues from rearing their ugly head. But what about our mental health? What do you do to prevent issues from occurring or crises? I've said here before at APE that what people often do is wait for something external that forces them to reevaluate their mental health. I just want to say that by mental health, we're not talking about mental disorders or any particular issue. We're actually just talking about your general feeling of well-being and happiness. Like I said, we usually wait for things to kind of rock that and kind of change how we feel. So it might be that you suddenly become employed or redundant. You might have a relationship breakup. You might experience illness, either your own or someone else that's close to you. It might just be that you're feeling incredibly stressed and you're not sleeping. Essentially, what we do in this situation is something has to happen for us to think, I need to do something about this. I need to really reevaluate where I am and do something about this problem. The thing is that if you know in the back of your mind somewhere that you're not completely happy about something, that maybe it is your job or your relationship or your body, or maybe just that you want to kind of change something, that you're feeling often very, very negative or lacking in confidence or self-esteem, that actually the best time to work on that is actually when you're feeling quite good. So today I wanted to give you just 3 reasons, there are many more, but 3 key reasons why when you're feeling quite good and you're going through a peak, which we all naturally experience, that is the time to do this work. So reason number 1 for actually doing the work when you're well is you're preventing rather than curing. Like I said before, you will naturally experience peaks and troughs in your life. So whether that's a peak and trough in terms of your stress levels, your confidence, your lack of sleep or lovely period of sleep, or a good period of your job or a bad period of your job, these natural peaks and troughs are going to happen. Arguably then, working on yourself and working on those underlying little things that are kind of bubbling away in the background when you're well is the best time to do it. This is the prevention model. This is what we've been talking about in terms of your healthcare. People who have a good diet and exercise and eat well and sleep well usually are doing something to prevent something from happening in the future. By working on these things and the things that you would like to see change when you're feeling well is you engaging in that prevention model. You're not waiting for crisis to strike. Reason number 2 is it builds your resilience. When you actually engage in this work, and by this work I mean working on your mindset, your feelings of confidence, your evolution, so engaging in something like 8 Model Psychology and doing it when you're well means you feel more resilient to tackle some of those issues. In other words, when you actually go to someone for help in crisis, typically what happens is you're working on the particular crisis. You're usually quite vulnerable at that time and quite delicate, and often if it's something that's a bit more long-term, like a career change, change, it's actually quite a desperate feeling that you want to kind of quickly see some changes occur. But when you come and do the work when you're well and you're feeling quite buoyant, gosh, it's a different story altogether. You're more resilient, you have more tools at your disposal, you're in a more buoyant mood and able to take on more challenging thoughts and concepts and actions. And all of those bode really well for your future self. Reason number 3 is it's just more fun. When you do this work when you're well, it's not dark, it's not desperate, you're not just trying to fix something. You can actually playfully engage in the process and you're not attached to an outcome. You've got time to really take the time to explore and to play and to fail and to go wrong. And this work, to be honest with you, is really best done in this frame of mind. So do it today. Stop thinking about what you need to do and get on with it and just do it. I hope that you found today useful. I also hope that you start to work on your mental health today. And if you like what you've seen, please click on the link below to subscribe, and that way you get this in your inbox every single week. Bye!